Okay, so today I'm going to show you just a rundown of kind of how I use Instagram stories. They're full disclosure, I've never been taught how to do this. I've never been trained how to do this. I am not an expert by any means, but I do get a lot of questions. Everything that I know is from really just going in and clicking and trying and using things and Googling things, to be honest with you. Instagram is new and it's upcoming and it's here to stay for a while. So if you're not using it for your business, I definitely suggest that you do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you guys on my phone. And I'm going to show you how to go through everything that way. Maybe. So give me a thumbs up if you can see my phone. Awesome. So, and I don't know how that looks to y'all. It's small for me, but I'm not going to be looking at the screen. So you may need to make that bigger if you're able to. So we'll go to Instagram first. And if I go too fast, let me know. I've noticed I do a lot of random clicking, like trying to find things. So I will do my best to describe it as we go. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is going to your account. So you'll go over to the far right at the bottom and go to just your page and go to the top 3 lines at the top right. And you're going to go to settings. And I want y'all to go to your account center. So scroll down to account center. And you can do this with me if you're not on your phone. If you are, you can play this later on a computer and do it with your phone. But one of the things that I suggest that you do is make sure that your Instagram is connected to your Facebook. So if you are posting things on Instagram, instead of doing double work, it automatically posts for you. So anything I put in my stories on Instagram automatically goes to Facebook. I can cut it off if I want to, or cut it off for like one time if it's something that I'm gonna then again post on Facebook. And then again, anything that I put in my personal page on Instagram, like on my grid, which is just the photos, that is also going to automatically post to Facebook on my timeline. And I have that set up right here in Account Center. So you can go there and make sure that you're connected to your Facebook. So you can see there that those are the 2 that are connected. So that's the first thing I suggest that you do, because there's no reason that you should be posting both places every day. You should be able to post in one spot and it cover both pages. I will say that I feel like my Instagram people are my Instagram people and my Facebook people are my Facebook people. So some people may think, oh, well, that's kind of redundant. Like I have the same people on my Instagram that you have on your Facebook. But that will be beneficial for you as far as not doing double work, and that will get whatever you're posting out there more. So do that first. And then today we're going to be talking mostly, well, all about stories. So I'm not going to go over reels or anything like that. You can post your reels in your stories. You can share reels in your stories, but stories is really just a different way of sharing. People are looking at stories more than they are the grid these days. So if you're not sharing in your stories, you're missing a whole group of people. And I love that that's on here, that on the grid, this quote. But for your stories, you'll see in the top left, it'll say your story. So you just hold that down and you're going to add to your story. And it's going to come up with this blank screen of me. Hi. So first thing I'm going to go over is just adding a picture. Okay, so I took this picture of me. I got this shirt the other day. I really love it. So this is just me posting a picture. I went to the bottom left of the screen so you can see me live. We'll talk about that in a minute. But if you just want to add a picture, say of like a stock photo of a warmer or something, I clicked in the bottom left where my camera roll is. So I'm going to choose the photo that I want. Now I have my camera set to live. You can see that in the top left of that selfie of me, there's the live button. So you know that's a live picture. With Instagram, once you post that, if you hold down the picture, it will turn it into a boomerang. So there's not much action going on in this one, but if you, like, you can see the Duke's head in the back moving. but like any like fun picture that you post of like your friends and maybe y'all are posing, or maybe you're going like through two different warmers or something, you can change any picture that is a live picture into a boomerang. I don't necessarily want that for this picture, but that's just a side thing that I've learned lately. I thought I'd turn my do not describe off. So here you have a few options. You can slide to the left for your filters. These are preset filters through Instagram to make it, I usually go with the logos. That's just the one that I always use on my stories for personal pictures of like people. But you can change it black and white. You can do whatever you want. For this training, I'm going to actually go up here to, you'll see the face at the top with the little stars on it. That's going to be preset filters from Instagram that you can use. This is one that I saw. I usually don't do these kind of filters on my pictures because sometimes they can be cheesy. I don't know a nice way to say that. And I don't really like the look of them, but just to show y'all, this one actually I don't mind. It looks cool with the colors of my shirt. So I'm going to choose that filter and it's going to stay there. And then I'm going to change it just to be centered on there. And another thing with this is that you can, the other at the top, the third one from the left, I don't know what you call that, a sticker maybe, the smiley face, you can go in here and this is where you're going to add all the additions, anything that you don't normally see on a picture. This is where I tag people with the mention. So these are at the bottom are the last few people I tagged, but say I want to tag Sylvia in my picture, I'll just use her, and I always change this, but I'll probably stick with the rainbow to go with my shirt. So Sylvia's here. And then we'll go back up here, and if you want to add something else, you can add something else. So say we want to do music, and hopefully it's not too loud, but we're going to do a Mary Poppins since that's what my shirt is. So I just search Mary Poppins, and then I'm going to do the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious song. So we're going to choose that. I knew that was going to be loud. Sorry. I'll turn it down. So here you will see a few options for your music. One, you can scroll here at the bottom and choose a different part of the song that you want instead of what is preset that Instagram uses. Usually Instagram does a really good job of getting like the best part of the song. So I usually don't have to change that. And then here on a picture, you have your clip duration. So you can change it to only play the music for like 10 seconds if you want your video to be 10 seconds. So we'll do that. And then you can also go through and change how you want it to show up on your picture. You can have it where it's the lyrics to the song. You can do pretty much anything you want. You can also, I'm gonna turn that down. Also, when it's up like this, you can also just click it and it will change to whatever you want. You don't have to like scroll through at the bottom. So we're going to do that. And one thing that I always do with music is I hold my finger down on it and I swipe it out of the picture because you don't need to see what that is. It just takes up space on my picture. So that's how you do music. You can search anything. Now, I will say that some people don't have as many options for what they have available in their Instagram. That is due to location and your use and your friends' use of Instagram. So you may not have all these options. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know why, but for instance, and I'll show y'all in a minute with the text, I'll show that to you now that we're talking about it. But here in the top right, you'll see the A button, and that's your text button. That's to write over it. And I'm going to say Jane.com for the win, because that's where I got my shirt. And here I just actually recently got this ability to do this, but you can motion your text. So at the top where you'll see like the lines behind the A, you can click that and it will move your text and type out for you. Now, right here at the bottom, you see all the different A's. Those are all the different fonts. Again, it is a preset with Instagram, how that motion is. So you can just go through and see which one you want or how you want it to be typed out or how you want it to move. You can see how they're coming up differently for each one of them. And then you can also do the A with the stars behind it. Again, that's going to be your backdrop. That's also a preset. It's nothing that you need to change with that. So over here to the left is where you'll change the size of your font. Say you want it on 3 lines. Say you want it on 2. You'll change it that way. And then you can change actually how big it is. So we'll put this up top. I'm going to pull up the chat to make sure. Okay, so you changed yours to creator. I don't even know what mine is. Whatever I originally set my Instagram up, that's how it is. The other things you can do is your location, so you can check into somewhere. I usually do that when I'm at a restaurant. That's totally up to you. You can do the time, and then this is where your poll options are going to be. And you can either leave that blank and say like, love it. No thanks. And if you don't put anything at the top, that thing's going to disappear. Okay. So then people have the option to vote on your poll, on your pictures. I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff just so it's not so busy. But that's your poll option. You can put whatever you want. Again, it comes preset, I think, yes and no. Yeah. So I always put 2 positives on there. Very rarely will I put a no or a no thanks or something negative. I'll say, you know, I've used this a lot with the kits. Like, are you interested in learning more? And then they can easily just click it and not be like necessarily reaching out to you. They can click that, and that's an easy way to have a conversation starter. So that's the poll option. Again, all of this is under the stickers at the top. This little smiley face, it's right in the middle at the top, where you're going to find, you can do quizzes, you can do gifts. Here is where so when you press gifts and these come up, I have recently made my profile public. And this is where the algorithm comes in, because if you can use these gifts, these are the most popular, it's going to help your following, supposedly. So we'll just do the glasses and put them up here. You can choose whatever you want. You can use these, or you can search anything. So let's see if anything Mary Poppins comes up. Yeah, so there's all kind, look, perfect. Okay, that goes with my shirt. We'll get rid of the sunglasses. You can do any kind of movement with words. If you're looking for words, just type whatever you think. The more basic you can be, the better. There's a few, I think brush. I cannot spell. So if you want to like hide something, I always use the brush stroke option. I cannot talk. You can use these to like cover something up, like say something in your background you wanted to cover up. You can do that. So many options with the GIFs. Those are fun. I would say with those, also keep them simple. Tons of stuff that you can use. Super cute stuff. I always try and use at least 1 or 2 from this main page every day though. They're usually relevant for what's going on in the world, or obviously like springtime sun, like all those kind of things. There's something that you can use in there. You can use hashtags. I don't usually use hashtags a lot in my story, so I'm not really familiar with that. One of the questions I got with this also was adding in a photo with your photo. So I'm going to get rid of all this stuff so we're not losing it. And all you do to erase is just click on it and then drag it down here to the bottom of the trash, and you'll see it go in. You just release it, and you can delete whatever you put on there. So there's 2 ways to do the picture, and Instagram just recently made it super easy for you to do. I will show you the easy way, and then I'll show you the other way just in case you don't have that option. So you'll go to your sticker. Once again, all your things, all your cool things are going to be in that sticker. And you scroll down to this middle button, you'll see, can y'all see my mouse? Okay, so you can see my whole background on my computer, or no? No? Okay. So this right here is where you can add a picture. So I already saved a picture of Rosemary to show y'all, but you can add any picture on top. You can do something that is, like if you want to make an overlay, you could do that in Instagram. So you just add it and then it just pops in there. Same thing for Rosemary. She has a transparent background, so she's not gonna, I can put her anywhere I want. I can put her on my head if I want. I can make her have the shirt. The biggest thing with that, and I'm going to show y'all real quick, go to my workstation. I get a lot of questions about this, but I want to show y'all the difference in the photos. And I already pulled this up and I searched for flower. If it's going to work, it's not. So we're going to search it again. So if you want a picture to come up without a background, you're going to scroll until you see a picture with a gray background. So this one right here, this aloe water and cucumber, has the gray background. So does the sea salt and avocado. That's the picture you want to share for photos without a background. You can also put photos like this one, the fragrance flower, in there. Those are fine too and cool, but like if you want to have a picture of you holding something, I would suggest a transparent background. But if you want to be like pointing to something or anything else, really, you can use pictures with backgrounds. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you want to give the illusion that you have it, then you want to do the transparent background. Okay. So you choose the one with the gray, and we're going to save that picture. And so then when I go back to Instagram, you can still add another picture on there. Okay. That's the easy way to do it. The way that Instagram used to be set up, you couldn't do that. You would have to go to, so you have your picture on there. Everything's ready to go, and say you wanted to add a picture of Rosemary, you would have to, I just have to swipe up. It depends on your phone, but you're not Xing out of it. You're just clearing out of it, and you're going to go to your photos and open your photos. And that's where you're going to hold down the picture that you want and press copy. You're going to go back to Instagram. And when you do that, let me close the door real quick. You are going to click add. Well, it went away before I could do it because my husband, I guess he got a phone call. So copy, Instagram, add sticker. You have to obviously do that in a certain amount of time or it's going to go away. So you can do it that way too if you don't have that option to click the picture. So we went over the text, the GIFs, adding images, and same thing for a video. So this is actually a video now because you can see that everything's moving. That's considered a video. Same thing with a picture. You add it the same way. Hashtags, like I said, I don't really use those. I don't know if that helps your algorithm with stories. I know it does with your grid. All the filters we went over and the sounds, to help your algorithm. If you're a public page, you can use those ones that are preset. Those are the most popular ones. And okay, so let's go through the green screen. So we're going to just discard that. It didn't save it. And you're going to see me again. Now this is just like a whole nother side of stories without a picture. So here, some of these preset filters are ones that I have saved, from other people. So you can go through and do anything. All the green screen is a preset. It's a preset filter somewhere in here. It's the other way. And they change on me, so I never really know where they are. So this is what it's called, Green Screen by Instagram. And you will see that I have a green screen behind me, and now I can add my media to whatever I want. Am I frozen?
You're delayed.
Yeah, it's delayed.
Okay, I'll wait a minute and see if it catches up, but I guess if not, it will go on its own. So here you'll add your media. And let's do the whiff box because it just sold out. And you can change, I don't know why it's delayed, I'm sorry. We can change how big we are on the screen. So we're just going to pinch it and bring it in, and I'm going to bring myself over here to the corner. And I can say, I can do a story about how the whiff box sold out, but we still have options. So to do that, you're going to hold down the button, or you can go over here and you can't really see it because of the background. There's an arrow on the left side. You can click that and do the hands-free option. That's going to record you without you having to hold anything down. Super weird to see myself on there, not live. So we're going to do hands-free, and I can do a recording about how the whiff box is out, but we still have options. Okay, so then we stop. And now it's going to just replay it over and over again. I can add filters, I can add GIFs, I can do whatever I want on here. You can also add a video in the background, which is pretty cool. I'm going to stop sharing and then reshare to see if that helps. Because it's bugging me. I don't know if it's bugging you, but it's bugging me.
Hey, Whitney.
Yeah.
So I messaged you about the hands-free recording.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's on every Android, but I just switched back to an iPhone because Instagram likes iPhone better, I guess, because it gives you more options.
Yep.
But when I messaged you about the hands-free, I had that option, but on an Android, it does not continue to record for you. It stops.
So, and that's the thing too, I should have said at the beginning that, full disclosure, we are Apple people. Everything that we have is Apple. So I don't know how it goes for a Android or any other phone, but it's really going to, I don't know if you're here when I was talking about it, but it's really going to depend on your location and just your area and how much you use Instagram to how many features you have too. It's really weird how they base it off of that, but like I didn't get the text movement until probably a few weeks ago when I saw other people that use Instagram a lot more than me. And I asked one and they said that it depends on how much you use it. Like the more you use Instagram, the more features that you will have ready available to you. So that's something to think about too. Let me go back in here and figure out what I was doing. So hold it down, add to story. And that's how you do a green screen. You can do all kinds of stuff. Again, this is all stuff that I've saved. And then when you want to record yourself, you can do the hands-free or hold it down. You can do a boomerang. You can do photo booth pictures, which is really cool. So try that out. You can do a super zoom. You can do all kinds of things. Now, the biggest thing is I get questions about is where did you get that filter? So I'm going to show y'all. Hopefully Chloe's usually at the top, and I know she wouldn't mind if I use her story to show y'all. So you can see here on her story, I'm gonna pause it. So to pause the story, you just hold your finger on the screen. Side note. You can see that she obviously has a filter on this video. And if you were to say, like if it was the butterfly one and you wanted to try the same filter that she's using or anybody on your stories that you follow, right under her name at the top, it's hidden right now because I have it paused, but right under her name, there will be a filter name. It's called 1987. We're just gonna click on that. And that's going to come up for you to use. You can try it. You can save it. So let's say we're going to try it. And it's going to be someone made this filter that you can now use. And you can record yourself. You can take a picture. You can do whatever you want. So same thing for any filters that you see, even the green screen. If you see me using a green screen or seeing any kind of cool thing like that you want to try, click the thing at the top and use it. Because these are all, here's a different one, focus. Try it. And you can see that it changes. This one, it blurs the background. There's so many cool things you can do. So I'm going to take a video just about, I love my new sunglasses. Okay, so we're going to do that. So it's saving it. It's not a lag. That's me. At the top, you'll see that arrow button. Anything that you make on Instagram, you can save to your camera roll to then post or share somewhere else. So if you love this filter and you loved a picture you took of yourself, click it and it's going to save it to your camera roll. You can mute it before you save it. You can, put a GIF on it like we talked about. See if we can use those sunglasses. Those are pretty cool. I love my new sunglasses. Okay. We're going to save that, and you can post that wherever you want. You can also set it up that anything that you share to your stories is automatically saved to your camera roll without having to push that button. So that's cool too. Do you have any questions yet? I'm going through, making sure I'm going through my list of everything. Saving filter and music. Yep. Archives. So you can set it up to archive. Like I just said, you can save it to your camera roll, or you can have it set where it saves it for a certain amount of time, I believe. I don't do that because I don't have that. I don't need it. If you ever find that you didn't save something that you wanted to save, I can show you all that real quick. You will need these highlights right here. You see this thing that I'm moving. Say I wanted to, so this is over a year ago. Say I wanted to save, well, I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to edit highlight. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm trying to, let's say I'm trying to find a story that I did 2 days ago. I'm going to edit the highlight, and I'm going to go to my stories right here. Y'all see I do a lot of unnecessary scrolling. I'm sorry. And say I want to save Sarah's picture. So we'll do that, and we'll add that to the Scentsy Life highlight, which is just a collection of stories that you've done in the past. And then to get that back, we're going to scroll through the whole highlight. And there may be an easy way to do this, but this is just how I do it. So there she is. And then I'm going to, you can either screen record it, send it to someone. And that's the way I usually, if you hold down the button, you can do a screenshot of your phone at the same time. Hold it down and do a screenshot, and that will also save the picture. So I'm going to remove that before I forget. Let me see what's in the chat. Anything? Whoops. Yep, the sticker at the top, the smiley face. Sorry. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yep, you can archive by doing that. And the other thing about that too is there is a whole saved section. So you can save any post on Instagram. You'll see that these pictures in the top right, those are just pictures of audio. You can use those for your reels. You can use those on your stories. You can save post. So I do have it where it saves my reels. Every reel I post is in my archive. And then you can see like with this Sam's Club thing, I usually go through and delete it once I get it. I was like, oh, I want to get some of those leggings. So I saved the post. You'll see right here, and it comes up. So when I go to Sam's Club, I can go to my save things and be like, oh, what those look like again? Same thing for Aldi. Some of the things they have available. You can save any post that someone shares, so you can save it to look at later too. So that's pretty cool. The only other question I had was links in your stories. I don't do links. I usually just use like the link in bio GIF that I use, because in my profile, I'll have my link tree, and that's where you can get access to everything. I know that if you have a certain amount of followers, you can start doing like swipe up to get the link. But that's usually a lot of followers, and it's something that you have to do to get that option. Again, the more you use it, the more things you're going to get. So I think that's it for stories. I would say with everything else, try and be consistent in your stories, because the more you post, like when you post something, it's going to come back up to the front of someone's page at the top. So if you're posting once a week, they're probably never going to see your stories, because other people that are consistently posting are going to come up to the front of the line every single time. Stories, in my opinion, are more for like the minor detail things. The other thing about stories is that you can see who sees it. So you can see how many people you're reaching, compared to, so I don't know how many friends I have on Facebook, but that's a big wide audience, but I don't ever know how many people are actually seeing those posts. with stories, you can say, oh, well, this is getting better. So since I've made my profile public, which I didn't necessarily want to do, but I've seen a big increase in who the people I'm reaching. Even my friends are able to see me more because I'm public and I'm using the algorithms to pop up into their stuff more. So that's another good thing about stories. Consistently posting them and you will start showing up more in people's profile, because people aren't so much scrolling this way anymore. They're scrolling sideways to look at everyone's stories. So if you can do anything to catch someone's eye, stories aren't necessarily the place to post like stock photos and stuff like that, but it's more a way for you to be creative, and you have 15 seconds for someone to look at what you're doing. You are very welcome. If y'all have any more questions, I think I went over everything. I always feel like I forget something, but I'm going to stop recording.